Topic number 7, solving equations. So we're going to use this for basically every equation that we can. So our Desmos hack for this one, we will find the intersection point for each side of the equation. So you're going to type y equals and then the left hand of the equation into Desmos. Then you're going to make another line, do y equals, and then the right hand side of the equation. Remember, the keypad has a lot of different symbols we might need. Click the keypad, functions, and then miscellaneous. And then we're looking for the x coordinate where they intersect. If we don't see an intersection point, we're going to zoom out to look for one, although there is a chance that they don't intersect, which means our equation has no solution. If it's already solved for 0, you're looking for the roots or the x-intercept. Sometimes it's going to give us decimal answers that we might have to check with some radicals or fractions. And the one thing we need to be careful of is Desmos can't help with non-real roots. Anything with an I in it, Desmos isn't going to do because it only deals with real numbers. But we can at least narrow down some answer choices that way. So what is the solution set to x equals 16 minus 4x? So I'm going to go over to Desmos. I'm going to put in y equals x squared, then y equals 16 minus 4x. So there's the decimal where it intersects. So I'm going to write that down. And there's got to be a second one somewhere. So I'm going to continue to zoom out. Up here. And that x value is negative 6.4272. So because we saw the intersection, we know that these ones with an I, they're not it. This is not the same thing as plus or minus 4, so that's out. So now we need to check these two things. So we need to do 2 plus 2 root 5 and 2 minus 2 root 5, and then same with negative 2. And see what decimal they give us. So 2 plus 2 square root 5. That gives me positive 6 of what I'm looking for. I wanted a negative 6, so that tells me it's this one, and we'll double check it. What if I do negative 2 plus 2 root 5, and then again the minus. Those two decimals match the two decimals we got from the graph, so that confirms that negative 2 plus or minus 2 root 5 is our solution. Let's look at another one. All right, so what is the solution set for the square root of k plus 64 minus 8 equals negative 2? So the first thing you probably notice is this weird notation down here. There's no number in it. It's not a misprint. There's no number inside. This is called the empty set. This means no solution. Something to be careful of before we start typing these into Desmos is that Desmos won't like it if we put a k there, so we're going to switch it to x. So I'm going to get rid of all this junk. We don't need any more. All right, so square root of x plus 64. Oh, we wanted that underneath. The minus 8 is what's outside. So make sure, if the problem, see how the square root ends right here? that it also ends after the 64 on here. Y equals that, and then we're going to have y equals -2. Now you might notice we don't see anything on our graph. That's because I was super zoomed out last time. Click the house to switch us back to normal. So here's our lines. Excuse me. I'm going to zoom out. Here's where they intersect. X equals -28. There's my answer choice of x equals -28. Now you're going to try on the practice problems.